guys, welcome to Investigate with Kate. I'm here to interview my drama teacher. In my opinion, the 80s is the best decade for music ever. How would you describe your job using an 80s song title?
Okay, 80s song title. I would have to say Girls Just Want to Have Fun, because I think that all the different things that I do, I want to get paid for having fun. So that's what I try to make all my jobs.
I really like to do jobs, but sorry, I just have to get paid.
You have to get paid. I agree, girl. We do not work for free.
How did you get your start in the acting industry?
Oh, good question. I started very young, so I knew from the time that I was really little, just doing like church musicals and things like that. Our first one was called Acorns to Oaks, and I could still like remember the songs and everything. Just getting up, they gave me a microphone, they gave me power, and I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And then when I was 12, I decided that film acting wanted to be my focus more than theater, and so I started taking every single workshop and class that I could. Got on set in New Orleans as like an extra in a little thing, and it was the best time ever. And from there, I went to college for acting and came home and started teaching it, and the rest is history.
So, because I'm very nosy, what was the thing that you were an extra in?
Oh, yes. Okay, so it was a TBS, which is like a major network that's on like a regular channel if you just have regular TV. And they were doing a pilot show. Do you know what a pilot is? So pilot, yeah.
I know what a pilot that flies a plane.
Sort of. So they call it a pilot because they're trying it out. They're testing it. It's like a test run of a show. So instead of like filming all the episodes, like if the series was like 13 episodes, instead of doing that, they film one like hour-long test of an episode of a show. And they put it out there to see if anyone's going to watch it before they spend all the money on making it. And so they were doing a pilot of this, is like about a baseball team, and they're calling it Hound Dogs. And it did not get past the pilot because it was not grand, but it was fun to be in. We got to just pretend like we were in a baseball game, and I thought that I had my like celebrity debut because I needed someone short. And I said, this is my time to shine. They needed someone short because they had a camera in the crowd, like of the baseball, and the baseball team was being filmed too, and they needed me to block the camera. So the back of my head was definitely seen on that pilot episode.
I'm working on writing a musical at my school. Do you have any tips for writing interesting productions?
Interesting productions, like how do we make it interesting? Well, I think when you're writing, you always have to start with what do you know? If you're watching a movie, like what did you like about it? Typically, I'm thinking I like things that are like real, like it's like people interacting. It's something relatable. It's something that I can be like, oh yeah, I remember that like happening to me. I remember how I felt in that situation. And evoking emotions. So like we're emotional people, right? So when you're writing something that's meaningful and that can make the audience cry and laugh with you.
Can you tell me about your favorite roles to play or write?
Oh, favorite roles to play or write. My ideal role, like what I would really like to play, like the end of my life and my career, what I want to play. I like to play the crazy characters, like the really crazy woman that is just like out of her mind. I think it's so fun because like we act to play something that we're not, and I would never be that person, so it's fun to do it in a role. So far, in just different projects I've been in, I think the favorite characters I've played was one recently. I got to do a commercial for a like nursing university, and so I got to play a nurse, and they taught me how to do these crazy things like resuscitate a patient. And that was fun to I would never be in the medical field ever, because I'm terrified of needles and all the things, but being able to pretend for a day and then teach me that and me look cool in scrubs was a lot of fun.
I would never be in the medical industry either because I am not the bloody type of gore person.
Yeah.
I found out last week that I didn't get a part that I really wanted. How have you handled this if it has ever happened to you?
Yeah, so it definitely has happened to me. I had a role that was for like a feature film, a really great, like a really good movie, and it's a role that I'd really like. And I got through all the steps. Like I went through like multiple auditions. I think this was like the 4th round of auditions. So it's just me and like a couple other people that were left. And this audition, this last one, just like threw me for a loop, threw me off my game completely because they decided to not give me lines this time. They wanted me to just improv this really dramatic, emotional scene. And no matter how many years I've been acting, I just went, what? I don't know how to do that. And so I freaked myself out because I was scared of like getting to the end of it. So I never heard back from them after that fourth round. So it's kind of like getting excited, and then just completely ghosted at the end. So I will say I did get excited because it was like one of those things you could go like to Alaska or somewhere cool and like be riding like in the snow on a horse, and would have been a really fun role. But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed the auditioning process. Like I got to learn like 4 different scenes. I had to get in the character. I had to film with my friends, and like the audition process is the reward for me. So even it's like 2 separate things. I enjoyed auditioning. I also would have enjoyed filming the role, but I am okay with just being able to enjoy the auditioning process. And when there is a role to one day I'll book it, that'll be great to have that on top of it. It's like the icing on the cake.
Well, I auditioned for a Disney cruise line.
Yeah.
And I did the audition, got that. I did the callback, got that, and then I was in the final 2. The other person got it.
Oh no. So how'd you handle
I was like, what?
it?
Say again.
Well, how do you feel about it now?
I honestly completely forgot about it, but
Just move on, right?
moving on.
On to the next.
I would have had to be in Miami, Florida. I would have had to woke up at 1:00 in the morning.
Oh, we need our sleep.
1:00 in the morning. So I know that there's been a actors strike and previously a writer's strike, but writer's strike no more. How has that affected you, and if it has, how?
Well, I'd say for the most part, because I am not SAG. So the actor strike that's going on is a SAG. So if you're part of that union, you can't work, and it's a very legal thing. So it's affected many people around me, and just as like our industry, it's definitely brought everyone's energy to very sad, very stressed, and that's no good. Like I have an agent, and all of the agents of Louisiana and all over are very stressed of what's going on right now. So as a whole, it's very sad to see like your industry going through something horrible. And like obviously we want actors to get paid fairly. And there's lots of stories out there as far as actors who are not like the $1 million actors that are still like fantastic, that are just not getting paid fairly. And we hate to hear that. And we hope that this strike, yeah, we hope that this strike will bring that change so that as you and I are actors and keep trying to work in the industry and get these roles, maybe the change will already have had happened. So it's kind of exciting to see. It's exciting to see all the people coming together and trying to make a change for our industry so that us and generations below us, after us, can have a better place to work in.
Out of all the things you teach your students, what most would you like them to learn?
I think that what I want them to remember the most from their time with me, because no kid will be with me forever, is just what they feel about themselves. The moments when they have these successes, the moments where they have these fails, what they get out of it, of that confidence, of them feeling proud of themselves. I want them to remember those moments so that they go through more successes and more fails throughout life. They can remember back to class and how they handled it and how they felt, and our class and our team around them, how we celebrated them. They always remember that moment and celebrate themselves through their successes and failures.
Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about some of the projects you're working on?
Yeah, absolutely. So currently I do several different things in the creative world. And one thing is I teach at Love Acting, which is a film acting studio in Baton Rouge. And I focus on teaching kids how to audition for film, television, commercials. We also do improv there, and that's a lot of fun. Other things I'm doing, so I opened up my own theater program, and this is called Big Dreams Drama Program, and it's in Denham Springs. And there the kids get to write their shows. They get to make the set design. We're doing that now. We're making trees, which is a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, it has wisteria on. It's going to be really pretty. So working on that. And then at the end, they'll perform in a big theater. And we're going to keep doing that. So I just want to find everywhere I can, I want to give space for kids to be creative and to have a voice and to be seen.
When is the show?
The show is going to be Saturday, November 18th, and it's at Southeastern Student Union Theater, so in Hammond. And the tickets are going to be $11.50. And I actually have that ticket link that's about to be live in a few days. So I will give it to you guys if you want to get out there. The show is called We Are All Right. There's 22 characters. There's elves, there's humans, there's hybrids. And it's about a character looking back on his mistakes in life and trying to teach others about not judging people. Yeah, so we'd be happy to have you guys there.
Well, thank you guys for watching Investigate with Kate. And please come to Miss Alyson's show. Remember, November
18th.
18th. For $1.15?
$11.
$11. One stop.